Finding the greenest Christmas tree in all the land. You may have to look beyond the pine needles or the plastic of a fake tree. I'm ABC 15's Justin Hobbs, and today we're in Coconino National Forest finding out which tree is not greenest in color, but rather the greenest for the environment.
Well, I actually cut one off of the Coconino this year, just east of here. So, I think we've got arguments for both, but I see a lot of value in using Christmas tree cutting as a management tool.
When choosing the greenest Christmas tree for the environment, the answer isn't as clear-cut as you might think. So let's start at the beginning with a fake tree.
Generally, these start as petroleum-based plastics and on a metal skeleton. And those, as you can imagine, have their own ecological considerations.
Those ecological considerations include a carbon footprint of roughly 88 pounds for a 6.5-foot tree, about the same as burning nearly 4.5 gallons of gasoline, according to the EPA. Additionally, 85% of fake trees are imported into the U.S. from China, adding roughly another 2,300 pounds, according to the U.S. Department of Commerce.
Now, unlike a fake Christmas tree, which already has a large carbon footprint just to be produced, a real Christmas tree doesn't have one. In fact, it has a negative carbon footprint when it's born. That's because it's taking in carbon dioxide and releasing the oxygen that you and I breathe.
We start looking at during its life. Obviously, a real Christmas tree is only lasting generally a year.
This is where the fake tree gains some ground, since it is reusable. However, according to the University of Waterloo, you need to reuse it more than 20 years to balance out the footprint.
Because most of us were taught growing up, oh, don't cut down trees, it's bad for the environment, but that may not be quite the case.
100%. When it comes to coming out here in the National Forest, you'll notice a lot of those permits will ask you to cut in areas that are higher density. What we're seeing now is an area that has too many trees when it comes to fire risk, when it comes to the actual health of the trees, and when it comes to resilient forests. They don't have the nutrients they need to survive.
So when someone's coming out here in one of the areas that they can cut a Christmas tree, ultimately they're helping prevent from this overcrowding that is not good for the forest.
Yeah, they certainly are. And then on the back end is really where we start to question, especially with a fake tree. Most of those plastics and those metals, they're non-biodegradable, or they're taking an extensive amount of time too, so you're almost guaranteeing that's going to end up in a landfill, whereas a live Christmas tree can be recycled or allowed to biodegrade into something a little bit more natural.
So when it comes to which is the greenest, it ultimately depends on several factors. But Forester John Pelak leaves us with this.
I do think when it comes to a properly managed real tree, you can end up with a longer life to the green values of that product.
In Coconino National Forest with photojournalist Chad Carmel, Justin Hobbs, ABC 15, Arizona.